Hey friends, this is Prokopis from String Systems, and in today's lesson we are going to learn to build major and minor bar chords using the fifth string for root note location. We will also discuss some interesting facts about the structure of these chords so that you can later use them as the foundation for building more sophisticated chords like sevenths, ninths, suspended chords and more. Don't forget that you will need to know the notes on strings 6 and 5 in order to make the most of bar chords. So if you want a fun and effective way to learn them quickly, get my free mini course called Fretboard Memorization Toolbox using the link below. So let's get started. We'll start by fretting an easy D power chord using fingers 1, 3 and 4 with our root note on string 5 fret 5. As we saw in previous lessons, the power chord serves as a transition to bar chords. That's because it's actually a subset of minor and major chords. In the case of this D power chord, the notes we are fretting are D, A and then D again. So if we start counting from D, D, E, F, G, A, these are degrees 1, 5 and then 1 again. Now if we flatten our index finger to create a bar, one of the extra notes we get, the one on string 1, is also an A, so again degree 5. So up to this point we still have a power chord, just with some doubled notes. That's because, as we learned, minor and major chords need one more note. Their structure is 1, 3, 5 instead of just 1, 5 like the power chord. Well, luckily the only string we haven't used yet, string 2, is an easy spot to finger that missing third degree. More specifically, by using our second finger on fret 6, we get that minor third degree, which turns this into a D minor chord. Did you hear what a difference that third degree made? The third degree is what gives chords their main color. In this case, it gave the power chord, which is very pure and neutral, this mellow kind of sad character of minor. In the same way, if we shift that third one fret higher, it becomes a major third. This gives us the bright and vibrant color of the major chord. But you must have noticed that I had to change my fingering in order to make this happen. There's no way to get that second finger into the 7th fret. So for this major chord, we reshuffle our fingers as in the diagram. Now, if you're playing a major chord up in the higher frets, or if you have big fingers like me, then squeezing all 3 fingers in a single fret can be a problem. So you can replace those 3 fingers with a bar on the 3rd finger. When I do this, I'm actually muting that top note with the bottom of my 3rd finger because it's almost impossible to avoid touching it. But that's okay, because that note is just a doubling of the 5th degree and we get a perfectly satisfactory sound without it. Speaking of muting, another thing you can do is to slightly touch the 6th string with your index finger to mute it when strumming, so that it doesn't interfere with your bass note. Or you could choose to fret a full bar up to the 6th string whenever you want to use that as an extra secondary bass note, since that's degree 5 of the chord. So these are our 2 basic bar chords on the 5th string, minor and major. As we discussed before, if you know the notes on string 5, you can move these chords to other keys. So for example, you can play a C major, an E minor, a D minor. But what if the root note is the open string, in this case the A? Well, the nut of the guitar does the work of the index finger, and we are left with a couple of chords that you are probably very familiar with. the A major and the A minor. So we could say that the open A chords are the open versions of the bar chords, or that those bar chords are just movable versions of the open A chords. It doesn't really matter how you think about it. The point is that they have the exact same structure, mostly a power chord, plus that third degree on string 2. You now have enough information to start playing songs, but before you go to the next lesson, it's better to do some technical preparation first. So the first step and your assignment for this lesson is to grab random minor or major bar chords on string 5 and try to play each note clearly. Now, this doesn't mean that you should stay stuck here until you can do it perfectly. No, you can move on to playing songs in the following lessons, but add this simple warm-up of trying to get all the notes ringing clearly to your daily warm-up routine. Again, don't overdo this. Take breaks and stop if you feel any pain other than normal muscle fatigue. Practice playing these 2 bar chords as clearly as possible, and when you feel ready to move on, I'll see you in the next lesson. Hey friends, this was an excerpt from one of my courses called Barre Chord Workshop. In this course, we don't just memorize chord shapes. We use an effective system to explore interesting and fun things about chords like major, minor, dominant 7, minor 7, add 9, minor 9, sus4, and many more, so that you can handle any song in any key. Now, nothing compares to having a plan and building your skills up step by step. So check out Barre Chord Workshop, and don't forget to get my free mini course called Fretboard Memorization Toolbox and start learning the fretboard now. This is Prokopis from String Systems reminding you to enjoy your practice and be effective.